I'm attorney Lee Marvin, and you are watching Immigration Live with Lee. Today is January 27th, 2025, and I'm here tonight, as I am every Monday night, to provide you guidance, information, answers to questions related to immigration. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. If you're one of our regular repeat subscribers and viewers, thank you for joining us again. And whether you know the drill or not, let me tell you, if you have questions, you post your questions in the comments section. You don't have to wait to be called on. You just type your question in there, and I will get to it as I can. So please type your questions. And also, please tell me where you're joining us from tonight. I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan, a very cold Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm happy to be here with you all. So please let me know where you're joining us from. We got people from all over the planet who join us on a regular basis, but I like to know Nashville. We got a friend from Nashville, Mac. Now, is Mac our friend under other names like Mr. Grinch? Is this the same friend of ours, or is this a new friend? I don't know. Either way, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I've got somebody joining us from Nebraska. Okay, Mac, Mr. Grinch, thank you, sir, for joining us yet again. I love having you on here. I appreciate it. Okay. Question I have here, the first question I have is, how long does it take a VAWA case in Nebraska? Okay. VAWA cases take a while. Usually they take a few years to go from start to finish. I have not recently looked at processing times for the VAWA. I know that there's processing times that they post on the USCIS website. Go to my YouTube channel. I know you're joining us from YouTube. Go to my channel and look up how you find out the answer to that. Or you can always book a time to talk to me directly, and I can look it up for you. I can't right now look it up for you. I don't think I will have time to jump on their website. But let me get you the link in case you wanted to reach out to talk to me directly. You can book a time to talk to me. Here, let me just post it here on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so people join us from all those platforms. So thank you for joining us. Okay, so let me look here. Okay, we've got, okay. So we got a friend joining us from Florida. So thank you for joining us in Florida. Appreciate it very much. Okay, and then we've got a very good friend, Senor Rafael Valadez, in Grand Rapids, of course. Sir, our friend Rafael asks, what should my son and daughter expect as forms of notification from their naturalization process? Rafael, if you're wondering what things that you can expect immigration to provide to you guys moving forward, they always do the filing receipts where they tell you, hey, thank you for making your request to us. I believe that's what you're talking about. Forms of notification from their naturalization process. Yeah. So immigration will provide the receipt notification, which we've probably already provided to you. And then they will provide a notification of the appointment that they have scheduled for any sort of interview or testing, things like that, okay? They will provide a written notification to you in the mail. They probably won't do anything via email, but they will do it through the regular mail, okay? 1 second, I had a question here. Seems like a lot of people joining us tonight. I can't imagine why. It's a very tough time right now with so much going on. Now that we're 1 week into the Trump administration, stuff is getting crazy. Okay, we knew it was going to happen, but I'm never quite prepared for it when it does happen. So thank you for joining us. This is the safest place for you because you could get to ask your questions and get answers from me about things as they move along. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, this question, how long do we wait for the F1 from the Philippines? I just did a video where I analyze the wait times for everyone, including the F1 category in the Philippines. Check out my YouTube channel for that video, okay? Because I just recorded the video, I think last Thursday, and I think we've already posted. So check out my YouTube channel for visa processing times, or visa bulletin is what you should look for, okay? Okay, so our friend Mac, aka Mr. Grinch, thoughts on deportations, okay? Thoughts are not great, okay? The mass deportation thing is a reality, okay? My thoughts are, it depends. Is this really happening? Yes, absolutely it is, okay? You know, before I saw how the Trump administration was going to handle these things, I was telling people, yes, Trump is going to try it, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to take a while. That's no longer true because the way they've structured things is to tap into certain powers that have never really been used for immigration deportation purposes. Okay, so Trump very much is moving forward with these mass deportation in a way that nobody expected. So it is happening, and it's happening like crazy. You guys already see the news about stuff in Chicago and Colorado and in New York. These things are happening, and they're happening very quickly. I will say, if there is a good thing involved here, is that most of the people that the Trump administration is coming after at this point in time are people with criminal histories or prior immigration deportations, people that have been told multiple times that they should not remain in the United States and they've been deported. Those are people that the Trump administration is going after. As I've said before, people that have been here for years have a lot less to worry about, okay? Why? Because Trump is trying to undo all the crazy stuff that happened under the Biden administration, like the CBP1 app that was created to allow people to enter the United States and get a spot in the line in order to move forward with their process. And it's created significant problems with things in the United States, okay? So those are the people that Trump is going after. If you've been here for longer than a few years, you're not a high priority at this point in time. If you've been here for 10 years or more, you are not really a priority at all. Although that doesn't mean that you're not subject to deportation. The Trump administration has said that anyone who's here without authorization illegally is fair game for the administration. I will say that in practice, the Trump administration is really going after people that have been causing trouble, okay? People that have been arrested recently for whatever reason, you are going to go to the top of the list, okay? Why is that? Because the Biden administration gave a free pass for a while, and now Trump is coming back and trying to really act tough and strong against anyone who's caused trouble in the United States, okay? Not necessarily a bad thing. It's bad if you have family or friends that are potentially at risk. But if somebody has created problems, well, I mean, that's not good. We don't want people here that are going to create misery and suffering for other people. So those are the people that are going to be at risk, okay? This is a changing, developing situation. It's going to be crazy for a while, Mr. Grinch. Thank you for asking that question. It's tough to really know how things are going to go down. which is why I have lots of people asking me questions, lots of community-based organizations inviting me to do presentations to kind of give an explanation of how this is going to work. I'm still learning, right? Trump has provided a lot of information about what his plans are, but there's so many changes that he's proposed that it's going to be very tough for a while to have a really good idea of how it works. So that's why I tell you guys, stand by, check out my YouTube channel, tune in regularly so I can provide these updates to you. There's just so many right now. I can't with any degree of certainty right now provide that much to you. It's going to take time. Okay. What do we have here? Let's see. Friend joining us from Montana, Elna. Thank you for joining us from Montana. If you have a question, please post it in the chat. Okay. Here's a question. Will a child born after the 19th of February get citizenship if a parent is a non-immigrant in the U.S.? So will a child born after 19th of February get citizenship if a parent isn't? No, you cannot. I don't know, right? I don't know. Right now, birthright citizenship, Trump tried to change this and it was shut down. I don't know what's going to happen with the fate of the birthright citizenship. I'm very eager to find out what the answer is going to be. But I will say that if you don't automatically get citizenship unless you were born in the United States, if you were born to U.S. citizens, you can get derivative citizenship, but you have to be a legal permanent resident first. Complicated situation. This question leaves too much open, okay? So stand by. I'm going to be doing a video about the birthright citizenship fight, and it's ongoing. It hasn't been really decided yet. It was temporarily blocked, but Trump is not done. He's going to keep going at it. So we shall see, okay? Okay. Our friend who is regularly joining us from Jamaica. So thank you for joining us. As always, thank you kindly. Okay, we've got, let's see. Okay. Let's see, what is this? Okay. This is a question I'm going to post up here before I go over to Instagram because I had a ton of questions tonight. This is from Edgar. My 2 felonies were vacated per a judge. The I-130 was approved, and currently I'm waiting for an approval of my 601A. If I get stopped by ICE, can my record still affect me? I'm from Mexico. So yes, it can affect you because until the process is done, it's not done. Having a 601A in process only means that you potentially have the right to get a waiver to go down to Ciudad Juarez to have your interview. It doesn't protect you though. Having a waiver doesn't protect you. It helps you, but it doesn't protect you from any felony. That's a serious, tough situation because felonies don't go away, even with a waiver, okay? So you are always at risk when you have felonies. A lot of it depends what it is. Judges vacating felonies don't mean anything for immigration, okay? For immigration purposes, it doesn't change anything. If you got a felony, it doesn't matter what the judge at the local state court says. Immigration still has the right to punish you to the full extent of the law, okay? So be careful with that. It's very delicate. Okay, let's see here. Okay, real quick, because I haven't spent much time with our friends on Instagram, and then I'm going to come back over to YouTube. Lots of people join us from Instagram, so thank you for that. Let's see, New Jersey. Got people from New Jersey, Indiana, one of my favorites, North Carolina. Thank you for that. Just want to thank you. My petition was approved. This is Cut Chit Che. My pleasure. You have imparted so many useful tips and advice. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that. I'm glad, so glad your petition was approved. Thank you for watching, and I'm glad I could help you, okay? Here's a question from Gloria. How long do I wait to apply for citizenship after my VAWA case is approved? I believe once VAWA is approved, I think you have to maintain your VAWA status to get your legal permanent residency. You can't get citizenship until you get legal permanent residency first, and then you have to maintain your legal permanent residency for 5 years before you can apply for citizenship, okay? Again, this is very, very detailed, very delicate. So your question might relate to citizenship, like you say here, or might actually relate to legal permanent residency. I answered your question to the best of my ability. If you need to talk to me directly because maybe I didn't answer your question to your satisfaction, I just posted a link so you can book a time to talk to me directly, okay? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, here's a question. Octavembaza. Okay. I just want to know about undocumented person who can be deported. Can anyone with a work permit based on pending asylum can, with no criminal record, be deported by the Trump administration? So here's the thing. It's not related to the work permit. It's related to the fact that you have a pending asylum case. You are protected by the law of asylum, okay? So if your case is being reviewed by the asylum office or by the immigration court, you're protected until a decision is made. So if you have a pending asylum case, you don't have anything to worry about because the law says that you are allowed to remain in the United States until your asylum case is adjudicated or decided, okay? So you do not have to worry while your case is pending, okay? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Looking. And common misconception. A work permit does not give you legal status, right? A work permit gives you the right to work in the United States until your process is resolved. So if you have asylum is what protects you from being deported. If you've got a work permit based on some other process, some humanitarian-based process, chances are good that humanitarian-based process, TPS, is going to protect you from being deported. But if you were just granted a work permit because of the CBP-1 app or things that were under the Biden administration, that is not legal status, okay? I recently did a video about that. Check out my YouTube channel because I did a video that kind of explained that, okay? Highly complicated area of immigration law. If you need to book a time to talk to me about your specifics, please use that link that I posted, okay? But otherwise, check out my YouTube channel for regular videos that I do, okay? I'm going to go down here. I'm about ready to go over to my YouTube flock that are watching. Let's see here. Andrew and Maria. Question. During a biometric appointment and physical, if someone had 6 stents placed in their heart, would that prevent them from becoming a U.S. citizen? No, absolutely not. Medical issues for immigration purposes are not health issues. They're disease issues, okay? So if you have a sort of disease, what's called a communicable disease or disease that can be spread throughout the population, that's what we call communicable disease. Tuberculosis is an example. Those are the things you have to worry about. Having health problems, it does not make you deportable, does not make your case, does not put you at risk, okay? So no, if you've got heart concerns, that is not something you have to worry about, okay? And my pleasure, Beza. It's hard to pronounce these screen names, so my pleasure. I'm happy to help. Okay, now I got to go back over to. Okay, this is a good question. I can't skip this before. Let's see. The question is, I'm not going to read the screen names because it's hard to read some of them. Is this the right moment to apply for a green card? 100%, 100%, 100%. I tell people all the time, and I've been telling them for over 12 years, it's always the right time. If you've got a process that allows you to legally change your status in the United States, that is the right time to apply. Okay, so it depends. The complications that could change things, but if you have the right to move forward with green card requests, absolutely, this is the right time to do it. Just because Trump is in power doesn't invalidate anything. So yes, file when you can, because that's the only way you're going to be protected. I've had this conversation with many clients today, even about their processes. So yes, this is the right time to do it. Okay, so let me go over to my YouTube channel. Okay, we have so question, what are the further options after a case gets rejected? Okay, so I guess it depends what you mean by that. Okay, what does it mean to be rejected? So I sense that there's a lot more to that question. So I would encourage you to book a time to talk to me directly so I can get to the heart of what you're talking about. Okay, it depends on so many things. Okay, let's see. Okay. Here's a question from Elna. A friend got a parole stamp in his passport through his combo card, which expires December 25. Can he travel safely out of the U.S. before December 25? So this was stuff under the Biden administration. I really don't know about combo cards, okay, because that really was related to the CBP One app, and that is no longer a thing anymore. Okay, so Elna, I would say that the only way you're going to be able to leave the United States is if you have the right travel authority to do that. Okay, advanced parole is an example. If you have advanced parole, I don't think you're going to have to worry. Okay, but your case, it really depends, right? It depends on what is going on with your case. Okay, so if you have more questions, book a time to talk to me directly. So we've got Raphael here. I'm sorry if this was answered, but I have a close friend who's currently waiting for his papers inside the US. His fiance was in the process to come in with the fiance visa. After the okay, let me go down here, Raphael. He isn't a U.S. citizen and he's waiting for his green card. He's petitioned for his wife and son. They had an interview. Okay, they canceled. So, Raphael, I'm sorry to say, this is a very convoluted question. It's really hard to get multiple posts. So you and I might have to talk on the phone or a Zoom call or something like that. So I will encourage you to book a time to talk to me directly so I can get you that answer that you need. Really, your close friend should be the one who's scheduling this so I can help your friend. Okay, Raphael? Let's see. So question, do I help people sue USCIS? Negative. I do not dabble in the federal court system with suing the government. It's one thing that I've stayed away from because it really needs somebody who's very specific to that. And I do so many other things in a very great way. I don't sue the government. Okay. So sorry about that. You can do a Google search for that, but I do not sue the government. Okay. 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 Again, the answer is yes. I got right here. I got advanced parole. Is it safe to travel? I think so, right? Advanced parole is a legal right to leave and return. I haven't heard Trump or his administration come down on people who are trying to travel. I'm still applying for people to do travel authorizations, advanced parole, etc. I have not seen anything that would lead me to believe that it's not safe to travel. But keep watching, keep paying attention because that could change tomorrow. I think there's enough going on right now that Trump is busy with other things that have travel permits are not something you're going to have to worry about. So I think it is safe to do. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see here. Okay. Again, this particular question is way too complicated for this show. So this is CD. This is talking about, potential conflict of interest, mandamus. That's something that this, if you need to book a time to talk to me, I could probably answer more of this question, but I can't do it on such a short live session. So I apologize for that. That's a super duper ridiculously complicated question. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I got another advanced parole question. Yep. Actually, that's the same person. So this says, how long does it take for USCIS to respond to an I-864? We have updated the transcript for over 2 months. So if you're talking about a field office, it really depends on what field office, and 2 months is a long time. So I can't imagine that it would take too much longer than that, King Power. If you were talking about the National Visa Center, okay, that might be a different answer, okay? Because usually when you upload something, I don't know, maybe you can upload things at the local field office, but usually uploading things relates to the National Visa Center, and it's not supposed to take 2 months or longer. But these are weird times, so I really don't know how long that's going to take. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. This question: my asylum got denied. Will they come to pick me up at my house? So, Majin Boo. Eventually, maybe. Okay. So here's the deal: when an asylum request is denied, they say in there, "Hey, your case is denied. We are referring this to the immigration court." That is your second chance to get asylum without immediately being deported. So they're not going to immediately come after you. What they're going to do is refer you to a deportation court. And in that notice, they tell you, you either go to deportation court or you have 30 days to leave the United States. And if you don't leave within that period of time that they give you in your notice, eventually they will come after you. Based on what's going on with this administration, they're definitely going to enforce this stuff because the last administration didn't enforce anything. So now everybody has to pay for the last 4 years of non-enforcement. So they probably will come after you. Is it going to be tomorrow? I doubt it. It might take a year or two, but eventually they will. Okay. Let's see here. Here's a question. This is the public charge question. If a K-1 visa beneficiary has received cash assistance and she wants to adjust her status to a green card, can she get denied if she received it for 2 months only? I don't know. The the Trump administration has not really talked about how strict they are going to be with the public charge. Again, there's so many things going on right now that public charge has not been something that this Trump administration has focused on yet. So I don't know whether they will or not. All I do know is it's not great because I think eventually, and it might take 2 years before he comes back and picks up where he left off in his last administration. So only time will tell. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So Begotten is one of our regular viewers. So thank you for joining us again, Begotten. Can I travel to the U.S. while my I-130 is pending? Yes, if you've got a visa that you can enter the United States, 100%. Okay, so that's not a problem at all. You can absolutely travel to the United States while it's pending. Okay, the question is, how long can you stay? I don't know. It depends. Okay, and let's 1 second. I just got a question. I want to take a look at this. Okay, this question. I think this is from my Instagram channel. If I'm married to a U.S. citizen and I have a 2-year conditional residence, can I apply for citizenship after renewing it for another 2 years? Or is citizenship only granted after 3 years of permanent residency? Okay, so this always confusion with this. You have to remove your conditions after the first 2 years of getting your conditional residency. After 3 years of marriage to a U.S. citizen, you have the right to request. Citizenship based on your marriage to a U.S. citizen. Okay, they will process those at the same time, but what they have been doing in the past is you can get citizenship before your full 10-year green card is approved. I had many clients that I helped do that, but things have been changing constantly. So the point is, you can apply at the same time, and I've had many people get that approval before they get their full 10-year green card. It's weird, but it's just how the bureaucracy works. So yeah, it is possible to do that. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So this is a very, very, very common question. When I check my case status, it says that the time for the decision is 17 months. Could that be sooner, or is it going to be exactly 17 months? There's no exact with immigration. It's more or less. It's 17, 200 months. It's 5 months. It's all over the map. That's just to give you a general idea that I've never put much stock in. I've been very critical of those postings because I don't find that they're accurate at all. It just gives you a general idea. Okay, so no, it's not going to be exactly 17 months. You just have to keep watching. Okay. Okay. Hey, we got a friend who said something very nice about me in Benton Harbor. Thank you. Appreciate that. Amrit Pal, I know you've joined us many times in the past, so I really appreciate that. Benton Harbor, that's close, man. I don't know. When it's nice, that's a wonderful place to go. Well, any place is nice to go in Michigan, except for when it's frigid like it is now. But no, that's very kind of you. I would love for that to happen. You can always come and visit us in Grand Rapids if you like. Please do so. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Okay, let's see. Okay. Whoops. I'm a U.S. citizen. Will my K-1 fiance visa process be affected? I don't affected by what? You mean the President Trump? No. If that's your question, no, it's not going to be affected in a negative way. You're a U.S. citizen and you have the right to go through a K-1 fiance visa. Processing times are always affected by politics. So time delays could be affected, but policy changes, I don't see that happening, okay? Um, Again, I'm scrolling through these. It's not a surprise, but there's tons and tons of questions. So I wanted to make sure that I get to some of these questions. I can't get to them all. But again, our good friend Raphael. Okay. Wife and kids are concerned about ICE approaching their workplaces. They're lawful permanent residents, but fear confusion if the place is raided. My recommendation. Okay. Okay. And then I have one more question I was going to answer after that. Raphael, you don't have to worry. I mean, not really, because here's what I tell people when I do these presentations, when I have consultations, I tell people things are weird, but there's still the rule of law, okay? So the government is bound by the rule of law. It doesn't mean that they can't make your life difficult, but it means ultimately they're not going to deport you, okay? It is required for all immigrants with immigrant status, meaning green card or other sorts of humanitarian-based processes, you got to carry proof and evidence of your process. If you don't, it's fair game. ICE can try to deport you. Obviously, you'd be able to fight that and say, hey, you know, I'm a permanent resident. But no, you're not going to have to worry about that. But 100% carry the evidence of your immigration status, whether it's a process that you started or if it's your green card or citizenship, carry evidence of that just to play it safe. I always say, rather be safe than sorry, okay? There's no pride when it comes to this stuff. So if you're like, I'm a recent citizen, but you know, immigration, can they come after you? I mean, legally, no, but that's not going to stop them. But if you have your credentials on you and ICE stops you, you say, hey, I'm a naturalized citizen. Here's my proof. They'll say, sorry to bother you, and they move on, okay? So just play it safe, okay? Okay, one last question. There's a question that somebody had about, where was that? Okay, this, I always try to defer. I try to answer questions about military parole in place, in part because I'm in the Army and I want to help protect people in the military. Good evening. How will the new administration affect military parole in place if we're currently waiting for an answer from immigration? Delamar, I don't see anything for you to worry about because if anything, President Trump is pro-military, right? And if there's a process you're using, it's a legal process that actually provides a special benefit to those serving the military, the United States, you're not going to have to worry, okay? Those are solid as they can be. You don't have to worry. It's just the normal delays, but don't worry. You're definitely going to be okay with the military parole in place, okay? If you have questions, again, book a time to talk to me. I put a link up above. I'll do it again just so you don't have to search for it up at the top. Again, I apologize to everyone that I was not able to get to because there's, as you can see, lots and lots and lots of questions about this uncertain time. Join in next week, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Detroit time. Book a time to talk to me. Watch my social media. I'm going to be posting things regularly because things are literally changing on a hourly basis. So check my stuff out and book a time to talk to me directly, okay? Thank you, everyone, kindly for joining. Everyone who is always joins us every week, I sincerely appreciate it. We will see you next Monday. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.